Hey guys, it's Chris. I'm just gonna try to put these little videos together here for you on what it is, what the blog, um, what it looks like, the layout, kind of give you guys an idea of what the back office is all about, and where you can go. We'll have pretty much. I'll put these together as like a little training for you guys to kind of give you idea of what everything is and how you can go about finding stuff in the back office once you've registered and signed up and you're ready to to get blogging and all that fun stuff. I really don't want to overwhelm you guys with a lot. I kind of want to take baby steps because it's extremely overwhelming. When you're first learning and trying to figure stuff out and really try to get kind of get acclimated with everything, if you're a first-time blogger. Most of you know I've been at this now for probably about 3 years. I still don't know everything about it. I'm still learning every day, but I've learned a lot over the past, 3 years. So hopefully I can share that knowledge with you guys and kind of get you guys up and running and, just kind of introduce you to the world of blogging here in the Organic Diabetic. So basically, once we're over here, once you guys log in and register, enter your username and your password, what it will do, I'm not going to do it now because I'm already logged in, but what it will do is bring you guys into the back office essentially, which is your WordPress dashboard. I have a lot more tools over here on the side as I'm the admin of the site. So you guys will probably only see 3, 4, maybe 5 of these. You'll probably see your comments, your pages. I'm not even too sure if you'll see pages. You'll see your media, your posts, in your dashboard, obviously. And, when you're first starting out, once you get in your dashboard back here, what we want to do, and before I go too further, what I wanted to say is I also added this help me section down here. So if you have any questions at all, or if you need help with anything, or it's basically a walkthrough tutorial that I had found in the back office here. It was actually a plugin, and it actually will give you a walkthrough of everything that is going on in the back office here, how to start a blog, how to do a new post, how to do a new page, add a new user, which you guys won't see as you're just authors, but it will kind of walk you through everything in terms of setting up a new blog post, how to go about doing it, and it's actually a really great tutorial that I just happened to come across. So I figured out to add it here yesterday and kind of get you guys, just a little bit of help to kind of hopefully make it a little bit easier. But basically, once we're back here, and I highly suggest that you guys go through all these tutorials because it will really kind of give you a sense of what it is what the back office is all about and how you guys can go about, setting stuff up and really, start blogging and get your content out there on Google. And, I'm really not going to have a lot of ground rules in the beginning. Like I said, I know the page is pretty much branded as the Organic Diabetic, but, I want you guys to, it doesn't have to necessarily, and I don't want it necessarily to be all about diabetes. My goal here is to kind of really spread the word on organic living and toxic-free living and chemical-free living and all that fun stuff that we talk about every day. So, feel free to, I have a lot of diabetes-related content in here. And that's for my type 1 diabetics and, specifically that I was trying to relate to, and a lot of the stuff that they can kind of, really talk about and really relate to and really have an understanding of what it is to be a type 1 diabetic. So, but a lot of the content too that I have in here, a lot of it has to deal with, different type of just healthy living in general, organic living, chemical-free living, toxic-free living, like I had said earlier, stuff that we really kind of talk about on a daily basis. So, here's what your back office is going to look like. You're going to have your posts that's pretty much the tab that you guys are going to use every day when you first come in, and you can categorize stuff. And once you're logged in, essentially what you'll do is you can either do new post, come down here, and once you do that, you're going to see this is where you're going to go to actually start writing. And there's a lot of different components to this, and like I said, I don't want to get you overwhelmed, but here's pretty much the text field where you can start writing. What I usually do, I don't leave it on this text field. I actually kind of click this tab over here, which is the visual editor. And what that allows you to do, it basically just kind of gives you, if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, it really kind of gives you that feel as you're starting to write, your blogs. For example, this is my first blog post to start out 2015. Oops. Okay, so it kind of gives you that feel where, as you're typing a Word document and what have you, and everything automatically saves. So, you don't have to really worry about that starting out. Things are going to update automatically, things are going to save for you automatically, and you'll kind of be able to, it's always good. You'll see as you scroll over to the right over here, there's a little area where you can save stuff and, preview it as you are building, your blog. But once we get in there, I sent you guys a lot of these. You'll probably see right here this SEO checklist, which SEO, that's a fancy term. All it means is search engine optimization. It's basically what Google and all the major search engines love to see in order to rank your content online. Ideally, what we like to do is get on the first page of Google, which is extremely tough. There's a lot of things that need to happen, but if you include a lot of the items that are on this checklist right here as you're blogging, and we'll go over what an H1 tag is, what an H2, H3 tag, what it is, what it means to bold, italicize, underline, and all that fun stuff, and what it is to get blogging, what blogging is all about. The stuff here will definitely help you in your goal to get on the first page of Google, because a lot of sites or a lot of people who are on Google, the majority don't even scroll. I think they say it's like 75 or 80%. They don't even scroll past the first page of Google, which is crazy. So it's very important to rank and to get your content seen is to get on the first page. And I know for me personally, I always go the first 2 pages, but I think everyone's different. But statistically, the vast majority of people don't even go past the first page of Google or any major search engine. So, this is just some tips and tricks that actually my mentor had given me about 3 years ago that I kind of kept just to kind of really keep things in perspective and kind of dumb it down a little bit for me I could go through and make sure I had all this stuff on there. Not to say if you do all this, it's going to automatically rank, because I'm going to be honest with you, it won't. So these are just some tips and tricks. We'll go over them all, but you want to keep your article at least 300 to 500 words. In terms of posting, video, Google loves video, so that's huge to, make sure you get that in your blog post. But this is just some stuff we'll go over, to kind of start out and get, get everything going that we need to get going, to get everyone set up. So, again, this is just kind of the back office, just what it looks like. Everything works pretty much like you would in Microsoft Word, or, I'm not too sure what you Mac users are using out there, or you Apple users. But, I'm sure it works pretty similarly to what, Microsoft Word and all that fun stuff. You can bold, italicize, underline, just like you would a regular Word document, kind of type some stuff down there. And, you can embed videos, which we'll go over. And, the only other section is down here, which is, this is that SEO that I was telling you about, that search engine optimization that, there's a couple fields here we'll fill out, but it's pretty much all set up and ready to go. But again, I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I know it's very, there's a lot of information here, and we'll kind of take it step by step, baby steps, as I say. It's kind of how my brain works too. So, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys, a little background to show where you go to kind of, set stuff up when you're going to start blogging. And, you can link this stuff. Like, this is my first blog post. If you click the little insert edit link here, it'll bring up another window. And what I love and what I do a lot of my blogs is that I'll do this. I will put, this automatically pops up down here. These are all previous blog posts, so I can, link back to, a previous blog post that I did, or I can link directly to my Asante Organics website, which is huge, because that's going to give you guys exposure to your business. So, for example, www.asanteorganics.com/ for me, it's the Organic Diabetic, and I think I spelled that wrong. Organics. Okay. And what that will do, you click add link, and you'll see it will come a different color here. Well, I'm going to save this draft right now real quick just to show you what it's going to look like. If I go to view the post, you'll see, this will be a blog post. You'll have a nice little heading up here and all your information down here. But if you go to what we just linked, you're going to see if someone's reading your article and they go, oh, this is my first blog post, and they click on that link, it's going to bring them directly right to your Asante Organics webpage, which is huge. I mean, this is what we're trying to do, right? So, but I don't want to go any further. I'm already almost 12 minutes in here. I just kind of wanted to show you guys the basics, and I will be doing a bunch of these. Like I said, we'll go over what an H1 tag is, an H2 tag, an H3, why we want to bold, italicize, underline, add video, and all that fun stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my first video of doing anything like this, so you guys are going to have to bear with me as well in terms of, kind of walking through all this fun stuff. So hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and hopefully you guys will see this in one of the groups, either Asante Nation, Team Abundance, or Team Limitless, and we will kind of, we'll kind of place these in there so you guys can have constant access to them, more or less. So that's it for now, guys. We will chat soon, and hope everyone has an awesome weekend. Take care.